Good morning, Story Trading VIPs. This is the show where we make sense out of Wall Street by analyzing not just technicals like most traders do, but we're also looking at fundamentals, sentiment, and catalysts each day to give us a better understanding of overall indice price action and individual price action, which should give you an edge in your trading endeavors. So this morning, as we usually do, we start with the macro. This morning we had Target earnings. Yesterday, remember, we had Home Depot and Walmart. Walmart beat, remember, beat and raised. Home Depot beat but didn't raise. And we had good reactions out of those stocks. Then this morning, Target, they missed on profit. Revenue was basically in line. They missed on profit because of lower gross margins, because of markdowns, because of high inventory, but they reaffirmed full year revenue guidance, but profits are lower. That's why Target is down. You can see the NASDAQ is down 1% here. So same story for me. We're near the 200 DMA, and as you get closer, everything has to be perfect. The market will look for any kind of excuses for a sell-off. So I've been taking some off the table as we approach the 200 DMA. But in my risk assets, in my trading stocks, in my core positions, which I really like, I'm really not touching those because as I've been saying for 2 or 3 months, for now, I think the bottom is in, and we're not seeing that market-wide indiscriminate liquidation. Those days are long gone, and we're seeing stocks like PLAB and REL and CLFD hit new 52-week highs all the time. So even if we get a pullback in those names, those are not really the places where I'm raising cash as we're approaching this 200 DMA. All right. So still same prognosis for me. All right. Market's relatively stable, but we could be in for a technical correction. I just want to point out, though, a technical correction could be quite severe because we've come up a really, really long way. Look, we're at 329 on NASDAQ now. Obviously, 20 DMA hopefully is going to be support down there at 320. But even if we go all the way to 50 DMA, that's still bullish. It's still, holding a key moving average support level above the prior lows. So I think that's entirely possible. And a move down there is a 10% move down. So just beware because the market's so volatile and we've had such a huge move up, a technical correction can really be painful. So it could be an opportunity. That's why I want to raise money in case we get a technical correction of that magnitude. I can go shopping and buy some cheaper stocks. So that's the story on a macro level. Want to point out now some individual names. Bed Bath and Beyond. This is actually a trade of the week pick Monday night by my colleague Vegas, who was on the Wolf Spaces show with me. So she's win. She already won. Like I chose Kodak, but I already bowed down to her. She's the queen. She won. Look at this. Unbelievable. Like up 90% or something since she chose it. Just unbelievable. Insane. Congratulations to Vegas. But we did make some money watching that. Like I don't like to chase, but looking at Bed Bath & Beyond, right? It's a retail stock that was had a little bit of a sentiment push because of Target. I mean, Walmart did well and Home Depot okay, but and then they have this huge short position of 42%, right? So the traders were piling into this. So I said, you know what? There may be an ancillary play here, a sympathy play. What's similar? You got Wayfair, also retail stock with 28% short. So in our trading room, in our community, a lot of us jumped into Wayfair in the morning. We called this out on yesterday morning's show. I did end up selling. So we got an early below 70. I ended up selling between 73 and 74. A bunch of people nailed 75 in a room. So that's great. I went back in this morning at 72, 72.50. I don't know what my average is, but it's around 72. And we'll see if that bet works out. I just went in because of the strength of Bed Bath & Beyond. So I'm thinking we can see some continuation at the open on Wayfair. Maybe we'll get another $2, $3 out of that, and I'll be out. We'll see. But if this keeps going, it's just hard for this to keep going because I'm worried about the 200 DMA on the NASDAQ and the SPY. But, I mean, if market conditions allow for it, this could possibly be a swing trade to like 93. You can see that resistance right there on this candle, May 4th or so. So that could be a target on Wayfair. But, I'm playing it very tight, taking my profits where I can. All right, man, EAR. Someone in our community nailed this. Oh, my gosh. All right, so Why Not, aka Tony, he brought to our attention early in the morning, around noon or right before noon, that there was this FDA rule that was changed to allow ear hearing aids to be sold over the counter. And he is a great trader, especially when it comes to headlines and thematic trades. So I immediately responded. I'm like, great, Tony, what tickers are good for this? And he responded, ear, and another one, Energizer, I think, battery, I think. But anyway, I got distracted. I didn't follow through, but other people in our community followed through. The stock was $1.25. So at least a few people jumped on that, picked it up at $1.25. I totally missed it. I had other things to do in the afternoon. Totally missed that run. But I did pick some up after hours yesterday at like 207. And this morning I sold them 240, 250, 260. But this is something I may be trading and maybe buying the dips because of the breakout here above the 50 DMA. You have a 2050 bullish cross. The 200 DMA is at 370. The volumes we're talking about, shares outstanding 40 was that's not yesterday. Yeah, the volume yesterday was 54 million. So if we continue to get this sort of volume, I think there is a possibility we hit 370. I'm not sold on the fundamentals. We have to do more research. I know there's been some collaborative research in the room on this. I looked at the last press release this morning, and I have some questions about some big dilution that's going to happen at 50 cents. I don't fully understand it yet next month. But in any case, we're going to be watching this, maybe by the dips, maybe it reaches 370. Today on our weekly meetup, hopefully we'll have a nice collaborative session here to say, is this just a trade on headlines, or is there something fundamental here that can, definitely make it reach that 200 DMA of 370 and beyond? I'd like to learn more, so we'll do that at 4:30 on Zoom. That's going to be our weekly meetup. We usually do that Monday nights. We're doing that today, Wednesday at 4:30. Also on the weekly meetup, we'll talk DRIO. I'll get to that in just a second. All right, other thing I want to point out, man, I'm surprised this is at $4. GOEV had a large insider buy from the CEO of 200,000 shares here at 398, and the stock's at 398. I don't know, folks. This looks like an opportunity to me. So I did pick some up last night higher than that, like closer to 430, but I added more this morning right around 4. So we'll see. But this also, remember, I've been tracking this because of the tailwinds on the Inflation Reduction Act, the Walmart order, the government prototype that was sent to the military, the 20 DMA. This dip below the 20 DMA shook me out a little bit, but I'm back in. So let's see what happens. I think this could be an opportunity here for GOEV. AEHR had some news this morning. I don't think it's material. It's a $4 million order from their lead silicon carbide provider. It's not a new customer, and the stock is pretty extended. I did take a little bit off the table on air yesterday as we approached the 200 DMA on the NASDAQ. SIGA, I sold out all of this 2 days ago. Pretty good there, right near the top. I'm waiting to see if we can get a pullback to at least 22, where you can see it was resistance here on July 28th and 29th. 20 would even be better at the 20 DMA. So I'm completely out of my position. I even bought back all my puts for 5 cents. I could have waited till Friday to let those expire, but I wanted to have the buying power before Friday in case we get a big dump. I want to be able to sell puts at like $20 or so if that happens this week. Okay, just want to point out, Zim had earnings. It was they're printing money hand over fist. It's crazy how much money this company is making. I mean, do we have the EPS here in the feed? It's not here, but it was like something absurd. Huge money, like a $5 dividend. I mean, they're constantly printing money, but it was a miss. Okay, they missed estimates, and that's why you see the stock down. I mean, the PE on this thing is just absurdly low. It's like a 1 PE, and this is because the shipping industry is cyclical. People are expecting maybe recession or something to weigh down on this stock. But hey, you get a $5 dividend now this quarter. So Zim, something worth looking into. But as always, if you miss analyst estimates, no matter what the situation, you get hurt almost always. And that's part of what happened with DRIO. Just want to point out, SAVA had a insider buy. Man, this is amazing. This stock has gained back everything since that investigation and then some, right? It closed at $22 before the I think it's a DOJ investigation that they may be manipulating data or something, but it's came all the way back, and now an insider bought. Now it's above where it was before. I know a lot of people, especially Dan Carlson, really doesn't believe in their data. I'm only monitoring this stock because I have an investment in INMB because of Dan's research. But wow, is that year at 250 again? It is. Look at my level 2 over there. Unbelievable price action over there. So just monitoring SAVA. Who knows? Maybe that data is not BS on SAVA, but I've never traded this. I just watch this with peripheral interest because of my investment in INMB. Want to point out, TDOC had a downgrade to sell with a $25 price target. Sell from Guggenheim. I don't know what's going on there, but I went through the news over here. You have Kathy Woods buying more stock. You have D.A. Davidson initiating a buy with a 45 price target. So you got a 25 price target and a sell, a 45 and a buy. You have Kathy Woods buying. I mean, this is a battleground stock, extremely volatile now with 20% short. The market cap's now only $6 billion. I mean, what did it used to be? Used to be like $50 billion. So this is an interesting one. I don't have it. Obviously, I'm interested in monitoring this space because of my interest in digital health and DRIO. But if this company can turn things around at some point, it could be explosive. So something I'll continue monitoring. KODK has been on fire, hit a new proximal high yesterday. I'm still holding on to this. I told you this is my trade of the week for Wolf Financial. Got this big, beautiful W pattern forming. We have strong fundamentals. We have that flip to profitability. I really like KODK here. Obviously, if the market, does a 10% correction off that 200 DMA, then it could be in trouble. But I'm still holding KODK because of everything else I just said there. Pet's been a huge disappointment for me. I've lost a lot of money. Still haven't sold it. I don't know. Went out of my comfort zone. Just went for that low flow D-SPAC. But they had great earnings yesterday from what it seemed like. I mean, they're only losing $1 million a month, and they have a nice amount of revenue. Doesn't look like they're far from profitability. I'm still ill-advised. Don't follow me. I've been wrong so far. But I'm going to still hold on to this because I've seen many times these D-SPACs, right after they D-SPAC, they'll go down for several days to around this level, and then that's when they take off, and they'll all of a sudden it'll be like $17 2 days later. I don't know if that's going to happen here. Just a total shot in the dark at this point, but disappointed there, unfortunately. Definitely one of my worst trades in a while, PET. All right, CFVI tomorrow. We're interviewing the CEO of Rumble, Chris Pavlovsky, at 5 p.m. Hop on over to StoryTrading.com/Rumble. If you want a question asked, submit that to me as a VIP. We'll read that live on air to the CEO, Chris Pavlovsky. That's one of your VIP benefits. This morning, they had some news. Rumble's subscription product, Local, smashes records and exceeds 7.5 million transaction value in Q2, which is 400% higher than a year ago. So that's really interesting. More than 400%. Yeah. Yep. More than 400% higher. Some interesting news. Stock is not moving on it. Very interesting company. A lot of interesting things going on. I've been building my question list since yesterday. I'll be finalizing that today. I hope to get some juicy information out of Chris Pavlovsky tomorrow. Also, VTSI earnings tomorrow at 5 p.m. So, no, right after the market close. I think the conference call, I'm not sure what the time the conference call is, but we will look for that. And DRIO, last one. Okay, so I did meet with DRIO yesterday. I've been meeting with analysts the last 2 days, and they get the priority. I got to him at the end of the day yesterday. So, I just wanted to go in there and make sure that there's nothing intrinsically wrong with the business. and that what they said on the conference call were the real issues were really bad issues. I mean, so I will be talking more about this, tell you about what I learned at 4:30 p.m. on our weekly meetup. So that's all we got today. Let's continue the great collaboration, guys, and make sure to interact with our tweets and our posts on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and we'll continue collaborating throughout the day. And I'll see you at 4:30 p.m. on Zoom, VIPs. Thanks for joining.